Let's go to learn English with history. Today, historical origin of religions. You will listen to Basic English A1. You will do shadowing, listen and repeat. If you need help, you can activate subtitles. Let's begin. Prehistoric symbolic thought. Religion began before written history. Early humans faced death and nature. They wanted to understand life. About 400,000 years ago, Homo heidelbergensis lived in Europe. In Atapuerca, Spain, archaeologists found a stone called Excalibur. It had no practical use. It was placed with human bones. This may show symbolic thought. Later, Neanderthals buried their dead. They sometimes used red ochre. Burial shows care and meaning. Shadowing practice. When did symbolic thought begin? It began hundreds of thousands of years ago. It began hundreds of thousands of years ago. Who lived 400,000 years ago? Homo heidelbergensis lived then. Homo heidelbergensis lived then. What is Excalibur? It is a stone found in Atapuerca. It is a stone found in Atapuerca. Did Neanderthals bury their dead? Yes, they buried their dead. Yes, they buried their dead. First sanctuaries and ritual centers. Around 10,000 BC, people built special ritual places. In Anatolia, groups gathered at Göbekli Tepe. They also met at Karahan Tepe. These places were not cities. They were ritual centers. People came together for common ceremonies. They carved large stones with animal images. These sanctuaries came before farming villages. Religion helped unite small groups. Shared rituals created social bonds. Shadowing practice. When did these sanctuaries appear? They appeared around 10,000 BC. They appeared around 10,000 BC. Where was Göbekli Tepe? It was in Anatolia. It was in Anatolia. Were these places cities? No, they were ritual centers. No, they were ritual centers. What did people carve? They carved animal images. They carved animal images. Religion in Mesopotamia and Egypt. In the 4th millennium BC, cities grew in Mesopotamia. In Sumer, people built temples called ziggurats. They had many gods. Each city had a main god. Priests led rituals. They wrote hymns and prayers. In Egypt, religion focused on the Nile and the sun. The god Ra was important. Egyptians believed in life after death. The Book of the Dead guided the soul. Shadowing practice. Where did the first system appear? It appeared in Sumer. It appeared in Sumer. Where are ziggurats? They are temple towers. They are temple towers. Did Egyptians believe in afterlife? Yes, they believed in afterlife. Yes, they believed in afterlife. What book guided the soul? The Book of the Dead guided it. The Book of the Dead guided it. From Henotheism to Monotheism. In ancient Canaan, people worshipped many gods. Some groups honored one main god. This is called Henotheism. In 622 BC, King Josiah of Judah made reforms. He ordered people to worship only Yahweh. Other cults were removed. Later, Babylon conquered Judah. Many Jews went into exile. In exile, they reflected on defeat. They concluded that Yahweh was the only God. Shadowing practice. What is Henotheism? It is worship of one main God. It is worship of one main God, who made reforms in 622 BC. King Josiah made reforms. King Josiah made reforms. Where did many Jews go? They went to Babylon. They went to Babylon. What idea grew in exile? The idea of one only God grew. The idea of one only God grew. Persian influence and new ideas. In the 6th century BC, Persia ruled Babylon. The Persian religion was Zoroastrianism. It taught a struggle between good and evil. It spoke about angels and demons. It described heaven and hell. Jewish thought developed during this time. Ideas about final judgment became clearer. Belief in a future savior appeared. These concepts shaped later traditions. Religious ideas continued to evolve. Shadowing practice. Who ruled Babylon in the 6th century BC? Persia ruled Babylon. Persia ruled Babylon. What religion did Persia follow? It followed Zoroastrianism. It followed Zoroastrianism. Did it teach good and evil? Yes, it taught good and evil. Yes, it taught good and evil. Did Jewish ideas change then? Yes, they developed then. Yes, they developed then. Christianity and Islam. In the 1st century AD, Jesus lived in Roman Judea. He was a Jewish teacher. His followers believed he announced God's kingdom. After his death, his followers spread his message. In 70 AD, Rome destroyed Jerusalem temple. Christian groups separated from Judaism. In 380 AD, Christianity became official in the Roman Empire. In the 7th century, Muhammad lived in Arabia. He taught belief in one God. Islam spread across many regions. Shadowing practice. Where did Jesus live? He lived in Roman Judea. He lived in Roman Judea. When was the temple destroyed? It was destroyed in 70 AD. It was destroyed in 70 AD. When did Christianity become official? It became official in 380 AD. It became official in 380 AD. Who taught in Arabia? Muhammad taught in Arabia. Muhammad taught in Arabia. Summary. Religion began with early symbolic thought. Ancient humans buried their dead and used symbols. Ritual centers like Göbekli Tepe united groups before cities. In Mesopotamia and Egypt, organized systems formed with priests and temples. Belief in afterlife became strong in Egypt. In Canaan, worship moved from many gods to one main god. The Babylonian exile strengthened monotheism. Persian ideas influenced Jewish thought. Christianity began in the Roman world. Islam appeared in Arabia. Religions developed as humans searched for meaning in life and history. Final shadowing practice. When did symbolic burial begin? It began in prehistoric times. It began in prehistoric times. Where is Göbekli Tepe? It is in Anatolia. It is in Anatolia. What civilization built ziggurats? Sumer built ziggurats. Sumer built ziggurats. Did Egypt teach afterlife? Yes, it taught afterlife. Yes, it taught afterlife. Who reformed worship in Judah? King Josiah did. King Josiah did. Where did the exile happen? It happened in Babylon. It happened in Babylon. Which empire influenced Jewish ideas? The Persian Empire influenced them. The Persian Empire influenced them. Where did Christianity grow? It grew in the Roman Empire. It grew in the Roman Empire. Who founded Islam? Muhammad founded Islam. Muhammad founded Islam. Why did religions develop? They developed to give meaning. They developed to give meaning.